Hey there, my friend. Tommy G here. And right off the bat, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video because it means two things. It means that one, you have decided to become a client of ours at whatever level that might have been, okay? We have a lot of different packages, but if you're watching this, this is only reserved for our, insider secrets that we're going to be giving you to help you get better for future results. And just to kind of recap that, we are, really happy that for whatever reason, all right, you saw some kind of problem that you're having, and by partnering with us, you see that there's a solution on the other side, and it's going to save you so much time and so much money versus doing it yourself by partnering with us. And that's our goal. Our goal is to help you save time and money and get come out on the other end as a super platform hero. Because as you've heard probably in a lot of our conversations, we believe that right now is the easiest time ever to really drive new business and revenue with less effort, okay? If you have the data-driven strategies and systems, because you might have seen this before, content or your message basically has never been easier to get out. There was, the very first printing presses, newspapers, radio, television. I mean, just back for television, all right, when it was really like in the 1950s, there was only 4 or 5 big channels, and that's where all the big businesses were able to spend high dollars to get on there. Whereas now, with the internet and social media, we have all these different super platforms where all of our customers are found at, even ours, okay? We might have connected with you through some of these super platforms, all right, to get to this point where we are now. And we are just really excited to show you that there's a method to be able to tap into all the leverage points that are in here. And today's lesson is going to cover one of those key elements, okay? Without this foundational training that you're about to get on this video, you could be doing everything else right, but if you get this one thing wrong, it could cost your business a lot of time and money, okay? So it's very, very important that you watch this video all the way through. Take a note, scribble, eliminate any distractions you might have. It's going to be very quick and informative, okay? And I want you to be able to get an immediate integration with these tips and insights that we're going to be giving you, okay? So with that, let's go ahead and jump into the very first element that we're going to be talking about, because with any business, you have to have traffic and conversions. The simplest type thing. So traffic meaning, people coming to your business, and then there needs to be some kind of exchange of money or time, all right, where then they end up converting into a client, a lead, an appointment, something like that, all right? There's different levels of conversions, but you got to have these two things. So on this video, two of those things are very important, but if you don't understand the 3 types of traffic, then you could be costing yourself tons. I mean, we've had to learn this the hard way, and now, though, with this framework that I'm about to give you, it's going to help make total clarity on how to view traffic. There's basically 3 types, okay? There's traffic that you own, and this would be platforms like your own personal website, your social media following, your email list, and your client list, okay, just to name a few. This is traffic that you have complete control over, meaning that you can send a message to your email list, you can broadcast to your social following. All right, even if, let's say that, your social following on Facebook, whatever, let's say shuts down, something crazy, right? Well, your connection with that social following, you could tell them, hey, now I'm on this super platform, and they will follow you. That's what we mean by a following. It's not the platform, it's that connection that you have with them, okay? That's the very first type of traffic. The next one is the traffic that you earn, and this is what comes from like networking events, interviews that you do with different companies or public platforms, different events, content, and then the digital aspects of like podcasts. Content can be YouTube videos, it can be blog posts, it can be all kinds of stuff. It can be, physical mailers, different stuff like that. You're earning this kind of traffic by sending it out and getting it in front of people, okay? And this takes a lot of your time, okay? Your personal time is traffic that you earn. The last one is traffic that you buy. Pretty straightforward, pay to play. It's, where you have Facebook, you have Google, and you're going to put advertising on these platforms, right? Well, if you're only buying ads and you're only spending your time earning, and you don't have the forethought to be thinking, how can I take this traffic that I'm buying and traffic that I'm earning and turning it into traffic that I own? All right, that's the key element that you need to do. And there's a certain way and methodology that you can do this by using, by having proper infrastructure, a proper strategy, and then of course systems in place, okay? So now one of the seeds I want to plant with you today is to be thinking about, where are you buying your traffic? How are you earning more traffic? And then what are the strategies and systems that you're using right now to turn that into traffic that you own? Because the more traffic that you can own, the more leverage that you have, okay? And let me show you some of the ways that you can do that. Once you turn this traffic that you buy and earn into traffic that you own, you have leverage. Think about Amazon. When Amazon started off, they had to spend a lot of time and money to create the super platform that is Amazon today. But now Amazon has so much value. There's companies that pay a crap ton of money because they've created their own platform. Okay, they didn't start out that way. They started out at zero just like everybody else. They had to buy and earn their way to get to this point where they own the platform, and now it's a juggernaut that it is. So you want to be thinking about to yourself, how can I Amazon my business? Okay, and if we're doing the one-on-one call, there is some things that we can do specifically for your business, but I can give you some tips along the way. Now, one of the next things that I want you to be thinking about with this traffic, because we're going to be just talking about buy and earning, okay? If you're buying traffic, before you spend the dollar on it, you need to do this next step. And that is, you need to know the temperature of the traffic that you're getting in front of the ones that you're buying and earning. Because there's nothing worse than spending money to buy traffic only to realize you were having a hot conversation with a cold audience, okay? This is like the old thing saying, selling steak to a vegetarian, all right? You're going to get poor results. Same thing over here. It's like let's say you're talking to a earning audience where you have a cold message and you had a hot audience. Well, now you just bored the crap out of them where these people were ready and willing to buy, but you started off with the wrong angle, all right, the wrong approach. So what we want to do is show you right now is there is a framework to this. There's an art and a science to how to get your message and dial it in so tightly that you can get predictable results, all right? And it comes with let me show you this graphic that I made. This is a culmination of a bunch of the originator of this idea of cold, warm, hot was Eugene Schwartz. You can look up his book, Breakthrough Advertising. But in a sense, as you can see here, this would be your hot, and over here is your cold. So if we want to dial in the right message for both of these, okay, this is kind of what that looks like. A cold audience doesn't know anything about what it is that you offer, okay? So you want to hit them. All they know about is the problem that they have. So your messaging needs to hit the problem, okay? A solution aware, somebody that's in the middle, that's warm, that kind of falls in this nugget, is somebody that realizes their problem and has a strong desire to get rid of it, all right? They're actually fed up with this. Some people can have a problem, but it's not really bugging them enough to really do much more about it yet, all right? But this warm audience, they have a core desire to get rid of this problem for a certain reason, and your goal with this messaging is to speak to that hot button desire of the big problem and then offer a quick and easy solution, which of course would be our product. This is where we start transitioning into a hot message. Whereas with our hot message is somebody that knows about their problem, they're aware and really excited about the desire of what it is, and they're looking to see what is going to be the easiest, fastest way for me to get this desire. And in this situation, we want to make sure that our message shows that that desire is on the other side of our product, okay? And then this is where they're going to be at that ready to buy situation. So with that being said, let me get us back to our sheet here. All right, so with that being said, you want to be able to clearly define 3 core messages. Let me move that down. Core messages, okay, to really realize what is the core problem that you're solving for your target audience, okay? What are their desires, and then what are the features and what are all the ins and outs of your product that makes it better than all the rest, okay? So that is the key element for messaging, is if we want to get traffic that we buy, traffic that we buy, all right, it's typically going to be one of these 2, problem or desire, all right? That's what we want to be thinking about. Traffic that we earn could be any one of these, depending on the nature of who you're kind of, the platform that you're putting the content, spending your time with, right? With this, you're going to want to make sure that this aligns with it, so that what can happen is, as you get traffic on these websites and you have the right infrastructure, this is where it's going to come all together for you. You can now set up systems to get people off of these platforms that you're buying and earning traffic with, bring them to your website that you own, where you have your little data points, and then you can follow up with strategic emails, retargeting, and everything like that, and own the conversation and keep it going. All right, you can keep the conversation going, and the goal is to just move them one notch, okay? If you're buying traffic to a cold audience, the only thing you're trying to sell them on is becoming a warm customer, all right? You're not trying to go from cold all the way to hot, all right, unless it's a very, generic cold, low ticket, like, and the problems, there's a very few markets where, yes, you can go straight from problem to product, at certain price points. But for the most part, if you're one of our clients, you're more a higher ticket type item, and you have a little bit more explaining that you do. You have a bigger problem. That's why you're asking for our help. Okay? So with that being said, these are some of the homeworks that you're going to want to be doing right now. And that is, you want to get your brand's, core customer bucket. So first thing you want to do is determine who is your ideal customer, all right? Then you want to map out their 3 core messages. So what is the problem that they're having? What is the desire? Okay, why do they desire to fix that problem? All right, what's going on in their life to get that problem fixed? And then lastly, how does your product stack up? What are all the what's the quick elevator pitch, basically, that's going to make this person that's at the desire level say, yep, that's exactly what I need and want, all right? And then lastly, we're going to take all this information and we're going to lay it out in the ideal website layout. And this is where we're going to make the messaging all come together. We have a template that we're going to be able to use if we're doing the wireframe, where you need to have a certain message at your header, all right? Your next tier needs to have a certain key call to action, all right? A certain message needs to be right here. Then, and right at this next one, there's 3 things that you need. And then right here, we're going to have another call to action. And this is just one of the templates, just real quick. But there's basically a framework that if somebody comes in and puts eyeballs at the top of this website, they are going to naturally go through and segment themselves to where they need to be on your website, all right? And there's different frameworks. Some of them, they all start with that core message, all right? Most of them, we all have this core message and the call to action right here. But then this part, some of them are just two, some of them are just one. Some of them don't have a call to action. Some of them, there should be a certain kind of imagery or quote at this one. Different stuff like that we'll go over at a later time. But right now, on this video, I just want you to have the takeaway to be understanding that there's traffic that you own, there's traffic that you earn, and there's traffic that you buy. All right? Try to identify all three of these that you're doing right now. If you don't have any, right? If you're not doing this right now, it's okay. This is a great time to start. That means that we can get it going quicker than later. And then we want to go over again the problem, desire, and product that we're bringing to the market, that we use in the market, all right? And then with this, we'll be able to help you streamline that into the ideal website and have all the strategies and systems in place to make sure that this message is resonating with your traffic sources to move them into conversions, okay? So that's everything on this video. It's quick, informative. Let us know if you have any questions, all right? And you should probably see the download sheet or the worksheet, somewhere around this video as you're watching it, okay? So thanks, and we'll see you on the next video.